Okay. I was actually gonna do a video about my top 10 list of like now, but I found this list I made in January 2020 of my top 40 of that time, and I was looking it over and I was like, oh, this wouldn't be my current list at all. Crazy how things change. And I still like the first few. Like, I like that Baccano's at number 1. I still put it there. It's just my trigger answer when people ask me what's my favorite anime, because you need an answer when people ask you something like that. But I do really like Baccano. I like the cast. They're a fun cast. I think the animation's great, and the action and fighting is pretty great, and I like that they tell their story in it has a complex story, and it tells it in a very fun way where they keep jumping through different time periods to tell the narrative, this like complex narrative. So I think it's pretty good. Hajime Ippo, fucking best sports anime, if only one real contender being Haikyuu. But it comes down to my preference of boxing is why I would say Hajime no Ippo is better. So I still like that being somewhere in my top 5. I'm good with that. Gurren Lagann I think is also really good. I think has great animation, a great like how it scales up is pretty fun because it keeps getting crazier, crazier, crazier. It has some good mic drop moments, some good emotional moments. I think it's just a fun show in general. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood I think is a good show as well. I think storyline's fun, the use of magic is fun, the world building is fun. Like it's all good and fun, and the action is pretty fucking cool, and the characters are pretty cool too. So works out. Samurai Champloo, yeah, I like that too. It's probably the best samurai anime. Like, I don't know, what even contends? Kenshin, get out of here, Kenshin. You're not as good as Samurai Champloo. So what's out there? Surprisingly, not that many good samurai shows out there. There's not even that many samurai shows to begin with, and then like half of them are like dating simulators. So weird how that works out. Black Lagoon, I remember really liking at the time. I haven't seen it in a long time since, but even my memories of it say it's a pretty hype show, so I think people should get back on that track. Hunter x Hunter I still like as well. I would still, yeah, sure, I'd put the 2011 and the 90s one up together. Why not? As like somewhere in the top 10. I think that could still be a thing if I was going to make one of these lists. Psycho-Pass? Nah, Psycho-Pass I would drop a lot and maybe fall out of the list. It's like Psycho-Pass would definitely not make my current list. And I really like Psycho-Pass Season 1. Season 2 was pretty awful. And Season 3 yeah. I was trying to remember if it was movies or an actual season. It was both. Season 3 felt good again. It felt like, oh, this is Psycho-Pass. But it kind of lost so much momentum off of Season 2 that it just never found its place again. Cowboy Bebop I still very much enjoy, but I don't know if it'd still be placed so high. Mob Psycho, yeah, still very good. It's coming back with a final season soon, which could like really push Mob Psycho from like a 10 to in the top higher spots here. Darker Than Black, I'd also would probably just drop out of this list. I remember really liking the first season, but subsequent season stuff like that kind of took the whole franchise down for me. Attack on Titan would probably move up, honestly. Attack on Titan's a really good story, I think. I think the world building is crazy in Attack on Titan. This guy has fucking metrics and ideas for how everything works in that world, from like the stupid gears to how high the walls are to even like stuff nobody cares about. And it's impressive, as well as fun, and it's fun to see people get slashed up. So I think Titan's pretty good. Attack on Titan's pretty good. Man, I should just say my words for full, shouldn't I? Or in full, rather. Yu Yu Hakusho I still very much enjoy too. It's hard to keep classics like these on these lists when animation keeps getting better and better, but Yu Yu Hakusho I think is really strong. And even I remember I watched it in the 2000s, so it was already pretty old by then. I thought it held up pretty well, and the animation of it actually gets surprisingly good towards the end. Steins Gate I also really like, but I don't know how high it'd be up on my list. I remember the first half of Steins Gate was a little bit painful to watch, and then it becomes like this crazy show. So it's hard to judge an anime like that. Did it get somewhere pretty sweet? Yes. But it was such a slog for half of it. So hard to recommend. Hero Academia I still very much enjoy. Around 15, that's probably fine for it. Kaiji I still very much enjoyed, but I don't know where it'd be on my list now. Hard to say. Same with Fate Zero. which is another anime I very much enjoyed. But Kimetsu fucking no Yaiba, Demon Slayer here would probably move up, honestly. Demon Slayer's gotten better. Tower of Draga, though I do have fond memories of it, would probably fall a lot. It's more of a comedy show, and as I say all the time, I'm not super into Japanese comedy, so some parts of it don't work, but there's a lot of parts of it that do work, and it has a pretty sweet opening song, and it's the song called Swinging. I don't remember who it's by, but pretty sweet. Soul Eater, also pretty sweet show. Probably, definitely be above Tower of Draga. Well, look at this. I was crazy in 4040. Who's saying all this shit? Soul Eater's better than Psycho-Pass as a franchise, probably. Yeah, I'd say so. Soul Eater's better than Psycho-Pass as a franchise, because you gotta include season 2, and that just hurts Psycho-Pass, sadly. It's definitely better. Soul Eater's better than Darker Than Black. I was crazy. What was I saying? I was crazy. Maybe it's not better than some of these other shows, though. One Punch Man, who knows, man? Might actually drop. I still really like the One Punch Man manga, and I thought the first season was really good, and I think they could bring back One Punch Man and make it good again. But as it stands, maybe One Punch Man would drop. Naruto up and including Sasuke retrieval arc and nothing else. I don't know. I'd probably change this opinion too. It'd just be like, yeah, I lump all Naruto together, and I pretend fillers don't exist, and I give it, yeah, somewhere here is probably fine. Shinsei Yuri's still pretty good. I don't know if it should be this close to Naruto. Naruto's better than Shinsei Yuri, I think. Obviously, they're completely different things, but I think Naruto impacted me and, well, obviously the world more than Shinsei Yuri. Death Note's, yeah, still pretty good. Desert Punk I enjoy, but probably finds its ways more into the 30s, 40s. I enjoy the aesthetic of Desert Punk. The character of the guy, not so much. Yeah. But it is it's an interesting one. 0091 maybe also finds its ways lower down the list. Still an interesting show. It's a spy show with Astro Boy-esque art, or like the Cyborg 009 guy. It's like by him kind of thing, and it's not exactly that. It's like a spy. It's like set in a different universe, and it's its own thing. It's a spy show, it's episodic spy show. It's interesting. I enjoy it. And the chicks have machine gun boobs. That's just the thing. They use them in the first episode, and it like never comes up again. So, Digimon Adventures made this list. That's crazy. Digimon Adventures 1 and 2. Those must be some pure nostalgia goggles. I don't know if toy-based anime are allowed to make a list of best anime ever, unless it's best toy-based anime. And then Digimon's probably doing pretty good at toy-based anime standards, right? iShow 21's fine. I don't know if it would be on a list these days either. I don't know, there's just so many good anime I guess came up between January 2020 and fucking whatever I'm in now in 2022. I'm in May 2022. Tiger and Bunny, honestly, the second season just came out. I think this would just drop off my list at this point. Lupin the Third, Mine Fujiko to blah blah blah. Story of Mine Fujiko. Yeah, no, I actually really enjoyed this. I actually really enjoyed Birdie the Mighty as well. It's hard to say where they would end up with all these things falling off the list. Like Promised Neverland dropped the hell off my list for sure after they ruined the second season. If this was a manga list, Promised Neverland might still be on there, probably because I've read less than 40 manga. So my top 40 manga list would include all my manga. But Promised Neverland would still be on there and probably decently high up. But as anime go, nope. They fucking ruined it for no good reason. Kingdom would be way up higher in my list. Maybe crack the top 10. Maybe not. It's hard to say. Kingdom's pretty fucking sweet. People should get on that Kingdom game. Hiroka no Yusha? Hard to say. But maybe I put Hiroka no Yusha worse than Grimgar now. Like, these would probably be close to each other if they're going to be on my list, but maybe I put it below Grimgar. And I put Goblin Slayer above Hiroka no Yusha, and I put Kino no Tabi above Hiroka no Yusha. And Arslan Senki maybe drops off my list. Because Arslan Senki became nothing. Became a nothing show. Kingdom became the show that Arslan Senki should have been. Kingdom is the war show that we all need. But yeah, things change, man. I should do an updated list. Try to figure out what my current 40 would be. I'm sure there'd be a lot more newer anime in there. Maybe that would show a recency bias. But hey, man, opinions change, and that's okay. Yeah. Bye.